We're late. We're late. Oh, look, we're live.
Of course, we're live. Hey,
Crazy
cool.
how that works. Uh, hey, Scoville.
How you been?
Well, I've missed you. It's been a couple of days, and I'm starting to feel a little sad about it.
No, we were due for a show then, weren't we?
Next time we do this, I want to paint that black tape there so it's not real.
Yeah, no, that would be the way to do it. It's way more fun if I can just.
Wasn't that fun?
It was.
That was
It
fun.
was. That was a lot of fun, and everybody seemed to dig it. What have you been doing all day?
I don't feel great. I have a headache,
Hmm.
and I tried to take a nap,
Oh,
unpacked, still have laundry to do. Laura Dupreet, I haven't answered your text, but I love you. I did a Lady Co live. I bought
okay.
some stuff while I was there. Got 2 cute dresses for the cruise. Katie Fulton, you were there.
Nice,
Rob, you
nice.
were there.
Rob, you were there.
Do you notice anything?
You look fantastic. That is a great look. You got that pendant rocking around the neck, huh? It
I
looks
showed this
fantastic.
yesterday. I showed it to everybody and said it was
Oh, very cool.
from you. Guys, everybody loved this on the Lady Co Live. It is so amazing. I love it so and you know what, Tommy? Somebody said it hangs right by my heart.
Oh, how nice is
Isn't
that?
that nice? I
Yes,
know.
it certainly is. Geoplanet Jane, hello.
Jilly Jill. Thank you. I am behind. I am behind. Armine, I did not go to the PO box today. I was going to stop on my way home from Ladyco, and guys, it was flooding here, lightning pouring. Like I had my hazards on driving home on the highway because I was
Oh, wow.
crawling. I couldn't see anything, so I didn't want to go into the UPS store, guys. I will do it in the morning.
So
Hi,
you want to hear
Riley's
something
human.
crazy?
We all do, please, not
On
just me.
I-95, which is in the Northeast, there was one of those gasoline tanker trucks that caught fire. And the video from it is one of the most unbelievable things. I've never seen anything like it, but just this huge, massive fireball cruising down I-95. I just got off a show over on Surviving the Survivor with my friend Joel, and our
I
third
saw.
guest. Yeah, I thought I saw you over there. Our third guest never arrived because she was behind that huge fireball and cannot get home. They're saying they're not going to open I-95 until maybe, yeah, big fire in Connecticut until maybe Monday, they're saying. Kind of tough.
Wow, that sucks. I hope nobody got hurt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's pretty frightening to look at. It's she sent me a clip of it. Right, she was letting all of us know that she was going to be late, so she sent all of us a clip, and she's like, "I'm right behind this fire," but it's
That's
really ugly.
terrifying.
Yeah,
Um,
it would have bummed me out. I promise.
Thank you, Mittens, 1970. Yeah, Tommy, I felt kind of bad because you were on that show and I watched quite a bit of it. I was cleaning, doing trash night, and then I sat down for a minute even to watch it. And you were great on that show, but I thought, do you really want to do a show again after that? I felt kind of bad for you. But here we
Well,
are.
you know something? To anybody that watched the last one, my guest, like the person I was a guest with on the last one, was a convict who's done some time in the federal system, and I've done a couple of shows with him in the past. He's has a huge YouTube channel, but he's not nearly as much fun to create content with as you, Quibble. Larry and I don't get on as well as you and I do. So yeah,
Oh, the
I'm
guy with the
happier to do this.
glasses? The dude with the
Yes,
sunglasses?
he does wear sunglasses at
I
night,
wear
so I
my
can so I can.
sunglasses at
Yeah.
night.
Well, he does. He rocks
I gotta be honest,
sunglasses.
does he rock them though? I wouldn't use that
I've
word,
never
but
seen. Okay, maybe that's not the right word. I've never seen him without shades. Let's go that route. Um, Not sure what you call
um,
it, but I've never seen that cat film or do anything when he didn't have glasses on. He's a fan.
okay. I saw
I'm
one of
not
the
mad at him.
comments was like, "Is the dude in the sunglasses blind?"
So you got to admit, it's a pretty good comment. I always get a
uh,
laugh out of stuff like that. I'm sorry, that's just
message.
funny.
Okay. Um, I do have to say, I really
Hmm.
like you on that show. Like, you're really, Tommy. I have to say, like, you are such a good. You're a good person to interview. I love like all the comments. You're so respectful. You know what my favorite thing about you? I'm not going to demonetize this. You're not a D swinger. You're never
Right.
egotistical. I'm serious. And that doesn't surprise me because I hate egotistical men. I don't like being around them. I don't like that demeasuring crap that they do. I'm a big deal. Like you can smell it mile away, and you're so respectful. You're so kind. Hi, Shelly. And
You
I
know,
mean that. You
it
are.
occurs
You're
to me.
and somebody said, what did one of the comments say? Sunglasses. Someone said sunglasses is there to basically, like, I don't know, they didn't say D-swing, but like something like that. And they said Tommy's here to inform. Like, it was so true. Like, he was there to like shout at the chat, and you were there to inform. Now, I don't know, Larry. I mean, no disrespect. I
You
mean, I
know
guess
what?
it's
And here's
disrespectful, but
no.
yeah.
Here's what it comes down to. A lot of there's kind of a you come down on one of two sides. On like if you leave prison, there are people who try to sound very much like they're still in. I really would like to do everything within my power to sound like I'm out. Right? I would like to. I don't want to be defined by the fact that I've been in prison. So um, and I worked pretty hard on my vocabulary, so
Love
I'm
you,
not gonna
Michelle.
stunt it. I'm not gonna stunt it with a bunch of f bombs. Thank you, Michelle. And let's be honest, when somebody comes on a show and you're invited on to be the convict, you already have to overcome the fact that everybody there thinks you're kind of a piece of crap, right? Because that's what the convict thing kind of it does not. It's not really conducive to, hey, like me, right? So you kind of have to do it a little bit. You kind of do it a little bit cleaner, just because of you're an expert douchebag. Really, what are you?
Yeah.
You're being an expert criminal, right? So you better
Yeah.
come off a little bit more friendly. At least I've always thought that.
Hi,
So,
Cindy Edge.
hey, Cindy, good to see you.
And guys, I feel bad. We didn't do a roll call, but there is something I want to talk about that pertains to what I just said and what Tommy just said. Yeah, Karen Pooley, he did do a great job. He really did. Hey Hef, Yarn Prepper, Lumen's
Yeah,
here, Scooby Lee, Matrix Rabbit, Monica M, West Coast Fancy Nancy. I love Jilly Jill. That's a very kind thing to say. But oh, sorry, you didn't get to read it. That's it.
no, that's beautiful.
Beverly.
Thank you.
I love Shelly. We said hi to Geoplane. He is a gent and a scholar. He really is. And Shelly nailed it. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you know what?
We're kind of
Teresa,
judged.
Chow Yun Smut. That's one of the, oh, look, it's Blakey.
Hey, it's not a
I
show
did
until
not get
Blake
a
Reed shows
haircut.
up.
No, here's the deal, Blake. I washed my hair yesterday, but we are getting so much rain. It really does something to my hair. Like, I can't, there's nothing I
I
can do. But
like
no,
it.
I didn't get a haircut. I just have it pulled up. No way, dude. I'll never have short hair. Sorry. And that's no disrespect to short haired people. To get my hair all the way down to here, it took years and years and years. I'm not going to chop that off because I'm feeling feisty. You know what I mean? But I do have short layers, Blakey. It's called face framing.
I gotta ask everybody, because I think it is what it is, but it's kind of funny. When I first showed up in Surviving the Survivor tonight, one of the first comments said, and I'm going back. If you're the one that left this comment, I swear to you, I'm finding you, because I want to know who it is. I know it's somebody that knows this, but you know what the comment was, Quibble? Are you ready? This man is banging a married woman. Why do you have them on your show?
Saucy. I like it.
You're gonna get over all that bank
I
robbery and
love
gun running.
rumors.
You're gonna
Yeah,
get rid
yeah.
of the bank robbery and the gun running
This sicko robbed
and
20,000
the
banks.
crime. Yeah, and the crime. I'm over that. You're a good dude, but damn it, this
Yeah.
cheating stuff. First of
Everything's
all,
forgiven
we're
but
not.
that.
Yeah, how rude. Thank you, Shelley. I got a kick out of it. To be really
I
honest
kind
with
of
you,
like it. I love rumors.
I kind of got a kick out of it.
Um, guys. Yeah, exactly, Todd. Love you, Mark Hardman.
Thank you. That's such a cool thing to say, man. I mean that.
Yeah,
thank you. It means a lot to me.
And I love Mark Hardman too. I do miss rubbing his bald head 100%. But you guys remember when I said the other day, it totally made me think of Fred. Fred was bald and I would always rub his head. There's something about, no, we're not going to do it. And you've gained a pound or two, Tommy.
That is a svelte looking pussycat. I don't care who you are. That is a good looking kitty. But so to not be outdone, that is a cat in a basket.
I got to meet Squirrely.
Look at her. What a good kitty.
She's so cute. She's freaking feral though, man. This thing is domesticated. She is domesticated. Squirrel is feral.
Yeah, squirrel's a bit of a handful.
She is. I've had some feral cats just like Squirrel. They're awesome. Armine, that's a kind thing to say. I
It really
love
is.
that.
Thank
It's
you.
exactly how I feel about him. I have to I agree with this too. I agree with that.
We make a decent team.
We do. I really feel that more now than ever. I do. I really feel like I'm not complete at this point. I do.
Wow, how about that?
Okay, that's weird. What's going on? There we go.
Squirrel definitely has that F around and find out face. Yes, that's my cat.
Oh yeah,
No
she
question.
does. She's super feral. Yes, Indie Edge, there's some serious weather happening here. And I hate it because Bo is so afraid of lightning, thunder.
Oh no, is he?
He's one of those, and it really
Yeah,
scares
that's
him. So
unfortunate.
I hated that I had to leave him this morning to go to that live. So I gave him like a really big bone that takes a couple hours to get through and just kept him busy. But um I gotta say something because guys, again, I saw somebody do you remember the comment the other day? I just read it before we started this live, and this isn't to point that out so much, but he doesn't do a thunder shirt. Chaeyoung Smut. I bought him one, the actual thunder coat shirt, and he rips it off. Anyway, do you remember the other day that someone said, like, I'm sorry, I just can't support you calling him a crim, and therefore I have to leave the boat, and I'm sad to
Yes,
leave, and I've been she left a really long comment on our channel, like a
I have not.
long one.
I have
I
not
just
seen
saw
it.
it. It's still there. And she made some good points and she was like, how dare you kind of put me on blast? I didn't even name her. I don't even know her name now. I have to go back and look. She's not wrong. Like she was like, she said my
Oh,
cat's name is
that's
Kid.
very big of you. You know that? People don't say stuff like that. Quibble, I'm damned impressed. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So she's not wrong. At the end of it, she said something and she made a very good point. She said, I don't understand why you would call him a crim when you spent so much time telling him to not call himself a convict. And I thought that is a damn good point. Now, we have to keep in mind our dark kind of banter and how Tommy calls me Anna Nicole Smith. I could see a lot of people going, that is really disrespectful. You know, she was married, he died. Like, I could see it going that way too. That's disrespectful. He was a criminal and he's not anymore and he's cleaned up. I mean, they're equally kind of dark, really. But
you know what? And Sandra says, I feel the same way about Crim. Thank you for being honest. Sandra, appreciate you.
Yeah.
You know what? I think Quibble that if people could see you and I when we're not filming, right? If they could see how we communicate with each other when we're not live. Anna Nicole was a fine woman. Thank you.
Fine woman, but you know what the message behind it is? He's
that you
joking about the fact that I was married. Yeah, and I was married to a 1,000-year-old man. I mean,
it's kind of a dig. It really is. It's kind of a dig. It wouldn't be, but you and I kind of have a dark sense of humor. You know what I mean?
We have a dark sense of humor, and I don't think everybody gets that because not everybody understands dark humor, Tommy. Not everybody. People don't appreciate my dark humor at all and don't like being around it. I love that, Lumen. I mean, and that's true. The only thing I would say to that is we are live on for the whole world to see. So I can call him in. Yeah. Sometimes not.
Yeah.
Reese admits that she's a bit cringe. Yeah. That 1,000-year-old man was a badass. Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Mad respect for him.
Yes, I know that. And I've never taken it as disrespectful, by the way. Never. Like but that's because we both have a dark sense. If I didn't have a dark sense and you did, I would probably be like, I don't like that. There's nothing pretty much you could say that would offend me. I just want to make a point that she is right there, but I don't, it doesn't mean that to me. It doesn't mean it in the mean way. I mean it in the cute, silly, like Tommy's my personal crim. I love that about him. I love that it actually means to me, It means safety, protection, security. Like I feel lucky to have my
I
own
was
personal Tommy.
I honestly was gonna say, I think the saddest part of this is that what Quibble is saying when she describes me, or she says everybody needs a crim. What she's done, honestly, was to take all of the foulness of what it means to be a convict and get rid of all of that, the shame, the guilt, and everything else, and just sort of take that one aspect that everybody goes, oh yeah, you know what? They take care of business. That, convict
Yes.
justice is kind of convict justice, and I think that that's really, sort of what you were highlighting. I want everybody to know this, and I mean it. If Reese said something that hurt my feelings, she would be the last person on earth that would put up with it. She's We're not big on hurting one another. We've had long talks about this. We do not say anything ever to try to make it hurt, right? And I've never taken it that way. I don't want anyone else to bum out, but if you hear it that way, there's not much you can do about it. And I'm sorry, but I do want you to know that she wouldn't do this if she thought that there was a 1 in 100
Never.
chance that it would bum me out. She doesn't do
Never.
that.
Nor would he. Never.
No, not
Never.
neither would I.
That's the cool thing about Tommy and I is as we've gotten closer, I didn't think this in the beginning. I've actually never had a friend, now that I think about it, where this occurred, but like I know for a fact, and I want to say he does, but I can't speak for him. I know for a fact nothing he ever says, like I'm gonna have to clarify if I feel like it hurt because I know he didn't intend to. I just know. Tommy would never say anything to me that was intended. And Rogue Hedgie, we're sorry to hear that. That makes me sad for you, and I love you. I understand.
You know what? This is a tough time. There's
It is a tough time.
46% of the country says they're struggling with mental health. So
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
understandable.
But I just wanted to clarify that, and she was right. And I didn't feel like I put that woman on blast. Again, I didn't name her. It could have, I mean, she decided to come out and out herself there, but she's not wrong. And that doesn't mean I'm gonna not continue to do it. Now, if Tommy said, actually, it does kind of bum me out a little bit, I would never call him that again. It would never come out of my mouth. But the Anna Nicole thing, the Crim thing, it's just kind of it's just something between us and we like it. And I don't want anybody to be sad because I would never do anything to make him sad.
No.
Never.
And I'm telling you, it gets a hell of a lot darker, right? I think one of the things that
Yeah, you're just seeing the tip of the iceberg.
No question. One of the reasons that Anna Nicole and I get along is because our pasts, although wildly different, in order to survive, we had to become some pretty twisted individuals. We had to be some people whose humor tends to run a little to the dark side, right? It's not the end of the world. But I've laughed at things with Quibble that if the world could hear, we'd probably be canceled, right? I mean, we're dark. But
Yeah.
this one, the reason that this one is kind of
Hey, curious cat.
Of all of the things that people may have been upset that someone would say that would offend me, I'm surprised that this is the one people latched onto. And maybe because to me, 95% of the time, the word means nothing. It's how you say it, right? Because if a person says, I'm a convict, right? In prison, what that means is my word's good. Everybody here will back me up. Everybody here will say I'm a good dude. That's what a convict means on the inside. You're either an inmate or you're a convict, right? But if you hear a guard go, hey, convict, the way they say it has a completely different connotation to it. And it feels a whole lot different when they say it. Nothing Anna Nicole has ever said has hurt me in relation to the fact that I've been incarcerated. And I'll tell you something, this may come as a shock to all of you, but there's a reason I own that, right? There's a reason that I don't shy away from that. A lot of people do, and they like to distance themselves from everything that they've done in their past. And you know what? If I do that, I sure as hell will repeat it. I promise. I keep a very short account because I don't feel like going back. I don't get another shot. You know what I'm saying? This is my last attempt.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Honestly, we didn't even need to spend time on that because our true friends on here who understand, who know our banter, and I mean, let's put it this way. If we were trying to dig at each other, which I've had friendships like that, they're not
Right.
real. They don't last. That doesn't last. It's not realistic. It's not sustainable. And Tommy and I are in it for the long haul, guys. I mean, we just don't hurt each other, and we're not in it to do that. And if you saw any of the lives with the two of us side by side the other day, that's all you need to know. I can't be next to Tommy without holding on to him. Like he just even in the car, even walking through the org area, the Kansas or the I would keep saying
Yeah.
Casey org goes through my head. The Phoenix
Phoenix.
org. I was walking around holding onto his arm. Like if Tommy's near me, I'm holding on to him. That's how I feel about him. I want to be close. I'm touchy with him. I feel protected by him. So it's totally the opposite of anything ever wanting to cause him harm or make him feel bad. Ever.
Well,
Never would
and
I
I
do
assure
that.
you, it's never happened. And it's why it's worth taking time on it because
It
honestly,
has happened though.
I'm not bummed out. Oh yeah, no, and I've said things that hurt you, right? But not vis-a-vis, not having anything to do with the fact that I'm a convict. I promise you, people, that's not bumming me out.
Well,
It's
the
just
cool
not.
thing is off camera, off screen. Oh my God, Teresa, that's the cute. That's me and Tommy.
Sea otters hold hands when sleeping so they don't drift apart. How cool is that? Sea otters are so cool. They're so much fun to look at.
Viruses, we still love you. Um, Fred and I held hands in our sleep. That's cute. I
Yeah,
didn't even know
oh,
that.
that's a beautiful thing.
Um, so what was I saying?
West Coast Nancy, have a great night.
Oh, I know. Off camera, Tommy and I have not so much anymore because we've really smoothed out. I mean, we know each other quite well at this point. We've spent hours and hours and hours talking. So we kind of know each other more now than ever. But I can recall many times where Tommy has I love that, Teresa, where Tommy has said, like, we've either been on a phone call or in person, and he's gone, now explain to me what you meant by that. Because I can tell right there that like something didn't sit right with what I said. And then when I break it down, you know what it usually is? What's wrong?
Nothing at all. I'm
Oh,
reading.
you know what?
This is an easier thing to read than up here. I was reading comments. I'm sorry.
You know what it usually is? When you do that, you've done that to me a couple of times, and I know what that means. When you go, now explain to me what you meant by that. Because like something's not right, is basically what you're saying. Not
Right.
necessarily that you're offended, but you're either confused or offended. You're either like, that kind of bothered me. What did you mean by that?
Do you know what it
And
is every time? Honestly,
Scientology. Every time
every
it's
time.
like I've said something that was Scientology speak, or it was a word in Scientology that doesn't mean the same thing in the real world. And I use
Right.
the Scientology term
And always
almost
it's the
every
non
time.
sequitur. Always it's the way that this was said leaves an opening that this could be misconstrued to hurt me, and she doesn't do it. So the reason I say, you know what, let's go over what you just said, because every time, by the time we're done unpacking it, it's never what I think it is. It's never what
I
I think it is.
love Shelly.
Ah, thank you, Shelly.
I love you, Shelly.
Joe
Shelly's
Virus.
Shelly's a photographer. So if there's ever like anything we need for photography, any kind of an event. Hi, Joe. Well, look at that. We got two separate highs. Howdy, Tommy, and howdy, Reese.
Nice. Nice.
Um,
Joe
yeah,
Virus.
that's the sweetest thing, Rain Virus. I love that. I love that. Um, I really have to I really have I have to highlight something about you, Tommy, and you're not probably gonna like it but you know what? You also don't mind.
Okay.
Oh, at least you didn't. Yeah, he didn't say your Scientology is showing. That's true. At least he didn't say you're being a
Right.
Scientologist.
No, because that's not what you're doing. What you're doing
Yeah,
is groping for an English phrase that you don't have. That's what you're doing. It's not
I
that your
know. I'm just.
Scientology is showing. It's just that you're groping for a phrase because you have one in your head that makes perfect sense.
I know, but you don't know how much I really appreciate you not rubbing it in and saying like you're being a Scientologist. Don't be a whatever. Turn your
Yeah.
Scientology off. Hey, Don Gloves. I love that too, Nikki.
Well, thank you, Nikki. That's a kind thing to say.
We should do a
Married
best
couples
friend
should just
photo
start
shoot.
talking. That will start a good one right there.
Jilly Jill, I want to do a best friend photo shoot, but like one from the 80s. And I want Tommy in a chair and I want to like do this on his shoulder, but we're like looking away and we both have like Canadian
Good God,
tuxedos
no.
on, just like full on denim.
Or a really horrific Christmas sweater.
Yeah. Why can't we do that? Why can't we do like a cool Christmas shoot?
Yeah.
What if we did every holiday? Yes, GeoPlanet Jane. Best friend glamour shots. Shelly would do it.
All right. All right.
Would that be the cutest thing? When do we get to see each other again? Like, who knows, Anita, but I'm already sad
No, let
about
me
it.
tell
I'm
you something.
serious.
Stop
I've been
that.
moping around
Stop
missing
that.
Tommy. I have.
A
What?
couple of things are coming up. Number one, True Crime Con is coming up, and it is in Tennessee, in a town in Tennessee. And I have been invited by several content creators to be guests of theirs at Crime Con because I'm a crime guy.
Mm-hmm.
I get that song.
I was
He sings
waiting.
all the time.
Yeah, I was to say, I
Josie's
was waiting.
on
Vacation
vacation.
far away.
That's a good
I love
song.
when
You could be
Tommy
doing a
sings
lot
that.
worse. Yeah, you could be doing a lot
We
worse than having the
definitely need to
Oscars.
do a calendar. People would buy those.
Yes, I think a calendar would be a great idea.
When is this? Yeah, Shelly, I'm all over that. When is this Crims Con?
It's the last week in May. So like
Oh,
the 23rd, 24th, something like that. Somewhere
okay.
in there.
That's
Like 3 weeks. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. We're putting it together right now, people. We're not exactly sure where the next one's going to be, but we're putting it together right now.
Yeah, where do I pre-order that damn calendar? People would want that thing, Tommy. I would want it in every room in my house.
Yeah.
I just have to say something though. Oh, it's
Okay.
May 31st to June 2nd. That ain't gonna work for me. Are you going to that?
I don't know yet. We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I might have some big life steps.
That's right. Con.
It's pretty good, Kristen Melinda. I might have some large life steps happening. I don't know. And it could happen around that time. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens.
And if I do, I need you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm usually ready to roll. Mr. Wolf.
I know you are. You are Mr. Wolf. And that's something I know. Dawn, everybody wants us in California. They're doing a big meetup there, Tommy. We need to talk about California.
I like California. Yeah, I like California.
Has already said. And there's our travel agent. She is in the chat.
There you go. And Jilly Jill says, I need one of you to move next to the other. I can't stand you being apart. There you go. See, Jilly Jill's got a plan. All right, Shelly. I like that. I like that you're thinking ahead. Well played.
Jilly Jill, that is so sweet. And I'm with you. I have been mopey since I got home. Hey, Killy Billy. We will Matrix Rabbit.
I have not moped yet, but I was a little
I feel like I've watched the end of Titanic. I just keep moping around.
Well, if the woman would have allowed him to get on the door.
Oh, forgot. Okay. You know what? If you bring this up one more time, I'm telling you, if that were me and you, there would have been a weight limit. Yeah, and I exceeded it on that door. We wouldn't have floated.
On the door. We would have been fine. We would have been playing.
You would have been cute though with your little handcuffs.
Yeah, we would have been sitting there on there, right? Yeah, it would have been fine. She bailed on him really way too soon. I was super unimpressed. Okay. Rose. Sorry.
You know what?
And then she tosses that huge stone into the water. She's worthless all the way around.
What stone? Oh, that one. Yeah.
What stone? Was there a second one, Quibble?
Well, she was like 200 years old. She had dementia.
Third eye open. Great comment.
Christy Kress, I love that.
Christy, good to see you. Thank
you
for
saying adorable.
That. I'm a big fan of his.
Dang, Kestrel, there you are. I was wondering.
Yeah, Tony Hooter says the same thing. Tommy, yes, huge door. For real. I mean, they could have had 4 people on there. They could have been playing cards.
Why are you throwing Rose under the door? All I'm trying to say is she said.
Throwing her under the door. That's great.
You jump, I jump, right? That's our thing. That's our thing. We stole that from Jack and Rose.
Yeah, except she.
Okay. Enough.
Monica, don't give her a break. I see what you're doing, and you're a nice person. She gets no break.
Yeah, you are, Shelley, and we're here for it. I think it was. I
with a
think it
dash
was
of
a headboard.
deviancy. I like it.
Actually, I think it was a headboard.
Okay.
I think it was a headboard. That thing
Was
was
she
pretty
tied to it?
wide. That's why he had cuffs on.
That now it's checking out. Oh, this thing's starting to make sense. What was really going on in that room?
Good night, Todd.
And Rose gave the pendant
Back to
to the
sea and to
sea and
Jack.
to Jack. Okay, all right. Well, that sounds nice. For
Um,
me, I'm holding on to that fat thing. It's a big stone. It's a lot of carrots in that thing.
well,
I
naturally.
did the "I'm King of the World" thing on the Queen Mary. I respect that, Joe Virus. I would have done the same thing. Bow,
It was a
chicka, bow,
headboard, Kelly B.
wow,
That's what I
wow,
thought.
wow.
That's what I thought. That could have saved at least 4 people.
That's right. At least 4 people. If Rose wasn't so preoccupied with
No, Mary, you didn't do anything wrong, babe. We love you. Okay.
Lizzie
I'm so
Lou. Sorry to
sorry.
hear that.
I'm sorry to hear that. Usually that would be for me, that would be for not me, but let me just not name any names. That would be but I'm sorry to hear that.
Mary, you did not do anything wrong.
No, Mary, I already told her she didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, yeah, no.
She said, "Okay, love you guys." Mary, we love you.
Okay,
You didn't do
cool,
anything
cool.
wrong.
No.
Mary's cool.
No, it was Rose. We're beating on Rose.
Tony Suter.
Yeah, so she could sprawl out. Exactly. Why don't I stretch out? No, it's like Charlie Murphy.
That's effed up.
She
was
nice
like,
couch.
"Oh."
Yep. Yeah, exactly. One leg here, kicking all the way over.
Yeah.
While poor what was his name again?
Jack Dawson.
Jack.
Yeah.
Jake Dawson sinking. Yeah. No love at all from neck it in, Quibble.
Singing in cuffs. That was wrong.
It's hard to swim. Yeah, it's hard to swim in cuffs. Take my word for this.
Is it really?
It is. It's not easy. You don't want to
look. Rose might have been a diva, but damn, she had some cute dresses. I liked all of her clothes. Like that would have been me. I wanted all those clothes with the matching hats and a poodle and what's going on?
I
Your
was pretty
phone's
fond of
blowing
the
up over
fact
there,
that she
dude.
lit a cigarette. It seemed, the look on everybody's face at that table when she lit up. She was definitely a pisser. I was a fan.
liked it.
Anita
I
Card,
liked
good
it
to
a
see
lot.
You were a
Anita
fan?
Card's already talked to us tonight.
Leo was one of my first celebrity crushes.
I
Okay.
kind of get that. I see that. He was pretty cute in that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I like the boning scene.
Was there a
I'm
boning
all
scene?
about the lovey-dovey. Yeah, they boned in the back of that old car.
Oh, that's right. They did it in the
It's
car.
all steamy.
I forgot about that.
I like a good boning scene. Does that
I've
surprise
never
you?
seen Titanic in its entirety. It's all good. I know how it ends. Kind of a
True,
spoiler alert. The ship goes down.
Does he look short to you, Rosalind? I don't know. He didn't do it for me anymore. I got to tell you, Leonardo DiCaprio turns me off. He's a great actor. Dude, can't deny that. Yeah. I like how choosy he is with his roles too. Like he doesn't do Marvel. He doesn't just take anything. Right. But he's a D swinger for sure. He really is. I have seen him like in pictures with like 19-year-old girls. I think that's weird. I don't like it. What am I saying? I date 95-year-old men. I don't know why I go the other way on that and judge people.
Because you're judgy. Here's the thing with him.
That'll do it.
The problem, Quibble, is that his it's not moving. You know what I mean? Like the girls I date younger girls, but that age kind of moves with me as I get older.
You do?
I mean? I'm not still dating 19-year-old girls. You know what I mean?
Do you date younger girls, Tommy?
I do. I like my girls a little bit
younger. I didn't know this. Are you currently dating a younger girl? What do you mean you date younger girls? I need clarification.
I've got priors, is what I was saying.
Okay. But not currents.
Currently, I date no one.
Oh, okay, good. I was asking for someone in the chat. Yes. Lady Co is awesome. All the clothes. Yeah, Yadira, they were cute. I bought a few things today. They were cute. It was cute. There was some good things. If anybody's going on the cruise, she had some good stuff for the cruise. I already have a lot of stuff for the cruise.
Ticket to Boston. Oh, nice. Mary, that's awesome.
Thank you, Jamie Palmer. I'm glad somebody knows. Good Lord.
He
I get a little
smokes and
tired when people
favors
don't know.
only youngsters, models usually. Yes, that does seem to be that does
I don't
seem to
like
be
it.
his modus operandi.
He's kind of he's sleazy to me. I don't like it.
You know what I mean? I think if you like really girls who are considerably younger than you, and that it's like a swinging as you get older, that number starts getting older. So you're not 70 dating a 20-year-old. You know what I mean? And I think yeah, he's awful. He's I mean he's the newest. He's the newest of
Yeah, he's
all.
awful. He's
He
awful.
really is.
Well, it kind of gives me a creep vibe. Like, what are you doing, man? Why are you dating these 19-year-old girls? It kind of gives me a creepy. Miss Sunrise Dawn, I'm sorry you had surgery today.
Her sixth
Oh wow. What kind? P. Taylor.
cataract.
You don't have 6 cataract surgeries. There's no way that's correct.
Okay.
You don't do 6 implants.
There was then they had to go implant. I got an email on all of it. It was 6 over time because there were things. Leonardo doesn't like people looking.
Did you say thank you for our
directly in
super
the
chat?
eyes.
We got a super chat.
Thank you so much.
P. Taylor.
Appreciate you.
Reese, your tease one and only. All right. Well, I feel like some people question it, and there shouldn't be a damn
Nonsense. There's nobody
question.
questioning it. There
There
nobody
shouldn't be.
questioning this.
You're not
No.
questioning it, are you?
No, of course not. Leonardo doesn't like people looking directly in the eyes. That's creepy.
He is
What the hell does
creepy.
that
He's
even mean?
a creep vibe.
What? Yeah. What does that mean? Hey, don't look me in the eye. Boy, you're a creep. That's the creepiest crap I ever heard in my life. It's very Matthew McConaughey and Dazed and Confused. He gets older, but they stay the same age.
Yeah, that's not really
Be
sexy,
cooler if
actually.
you do. No, it's not. It's foul.
Be a lot cooler if you did.
Be a lot cooler if you did.
Susan, I don't know the answer to that.
Take some pictures of it and send it to the email, and Spanky will make sure I get it, and I'll let you know. Be more than happy to take a look at it for you.
Teresa, you make a great point. I think you date older men for feelings of safety. I think Leo dates younger for feelings of power and status. Absolutely. I'm not dating older men for feelings of power and status. That's for sure. It is a safety thing. It is. Yeah. Great point.
Yeah. You know what? I don't want to defend Leo in any way. I really don't. But maybe not looking in the eye thing on set. Maybe it's about staying in character. Maybe it's about not wanting to to feel like he's breaking out of that.
I guess that
the
could
idea
be.
of getting into character. Well, I mean, it's kind of a big deal for some people. For some people they can kind of jump in and out of a character, but for some people it really is a type of
It could be,
metamorphosis.
and I only say that with him because he is such a terrific actor. Like, he is a really good actor. Dude is good at what he does. I wouldn't want to be his friend outside of that in real life. I mean, I don't admire him really in any other way for his real life choices, but I think he's a fantastic actor. And I like an actor like him that isn't typecasted, can play many different types of roles,
Yep.
but also, hey, Bigsy. Also, I like that he's super choosy about the roles he picks.
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis was like that. I think he
Daniel Day-Lewis
retired.
Yeah,
But
I haven't seen him in a long time.
I think he retired. I love that guy. I think he's a great actor, and he's real picky about the roles he would choose. P. Taylor, I want to answer that, but I really kind of can't right now. And that should tell you everything you need to know. Yeah. I really want to answer you, though. I'm not being a jerk about it.
Yeah.
Hey, Lori Lee. I didn't see Basketball Diaries.
Okay, now here's the deal on Basketball Diaries. Leonardo DiCaprio plays the Jim Carroll part, the lead in the movie The Basketball Diaries.
You told me all about it. Yeah,
I think it's one of the best roles that he ever played, and I wanted to hate him going into it. I wanted to crap all over the performance. I'm a huge Jim Carroll fan, and I was pissed at who they chose. I really was, and I went in wanting to hate him and walked out thinking he did a great job. That's not an easy thing to do with me because I'm a jerk.
Yeah.
But I walked out really, really happy about that.
Oh, hi, Gretchen. I loved him in many movies. No, Squirrel didn't like me that much, Gretchen, but Tommy is feeling sad because I'm feeling sad. Bye, Jilly Jill.
Have a great night.
I have to say I really loved him in Wolf of Wall Street. I just loved that movie though. Like I thought Jonah Hill did fantastic in that movie too.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yep. That was a great adaptation. That they did a good job bringing that book to light. They really did. And he did a good job on Jordan Belfort. He made Jordan Belfort a lot cooler than Jordan Belfort was. But I
I
guess that's
believe
what you
that.
do. Yeah, I guess that's what you do.
Another one that I don't think you saw. I think you told me you didn't see it. Wonderful movie. I loved him in, but I loved all the actors in it, which had a good big cast. The Departed. Holy crap, he did
Yeah,
so
I
good in
read
it.
that. I know that that book, but I didn't see the movie.
Ugh, I wish you
Good
could
book though.
see it. I wish we could watch it. It's one of my favorites. It's such a good movie. And I'm
Yeah.
not a huge Mark Wahlberg fan, but oh my god, I loved him in that movie. He did so good in that movie.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, a lot of good actors in that movie, but he did a great job. Leo did good in that. Yeah, Jamie Palmer, me too. I did not see The Revenant, and I think he won for that. That's the one that he finally won an award
Yes.
for.
And you
I
know
just
what
couldn't get
really
into
that's
it. I didn't wanna see it. Didn't look great to
well,
me.
it's done a lot in Hollywood. They passed him up for the one that he should have won it for. And then
Mhm.
they threw him a bone on the next one because everybody went, oh man, he got screwed on Wolf of Wall Street. So they gave it to him on the Revenant. I think it was because they butchered the previous one. That's what I think.
I think he should have won for Wolf of Wall Street for sure. The
I
dude
think
did
so too.
amazing in that. He did
Yeah.
so good. Yeah, Jamie Palmer, Jack Nicholson was top notch in The Departed. I
I'll
loved
tell
him
you
in
what.
it.
I know that he was playing the Whitey Bulger character. Seeing what
Oh my god, was he supposed to be Whitey Bulger in that?
he was, and then who played Whitey Bulger in Black Mass? Somebody
Oh,
help me.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, Johnny Depp's portrayal of Whitey Bulger was spot on,
Oh my
and
god,
I
he
had
did
the
so
misfortune.
good in that movie. You barely
I,
recognize it. That was Johnny Depp.
I actually had met that dude. I met that dude in person. And
Oh wow.
Johnny Depp brought that character to life, like he really did, and it was pretty impressive stuff to me.
Um, I loved Julie, Third Eye Open. I love The Town. Julie, it's so funny that you love that movie. Tommy reminds me so much of Ben Affleck in that movie. He even kind of sounds
Ay,
like him. I know I'm
that's
not a
just a
big Ben
bummer.
Affleck fan, but he was no, hold
I know.
on. Because I'm not a huge Affleck fan, but I really like him in that movie. Like I guess I should say I like his character. It's like Mr.
Okay.
Rooney. I can love Mr. Rooney, Ed Rooney.
Absolutely. No, you
I love
can.
Ben
You can.
Affleck as his character in that, but I'm not a Ben Affleck. I liked him in his first movie, Good Will Hunting. I
Oh,
liked him in
okay.
that.
Yeah.
That's about it. Otherwise, I don't even really know a lot of Ben Affleck movies. Anyway, I thought that was great.
It's funny.
What else?
We were talking about Whitey Bulger right before we went live today. That's what before we went on Surviving the Survivor, we were actually sitting and talking about his particular case. But yeah, Johnny Depp was perfect in that.
Yeah, and I loved Jeremy Renner. And I don't know if you know who Jeremy Renner is.
Isn't he one of the cats that plays in the superhero franchise films?
Oh
He's like
yeah,
the
I
guy
think
with
he
the
is.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I
he
know who it
would.
is.
Third Eye Open. And Benedict Cumberbatch was in that Black Mass.
Don't get me started. Don't get me
What?
started because I can go off on his name for the next 2 hours.
Who? Whitey Bulger?
No, no, Cummerbund.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. You can, and
yeah,
it's kind of funny to get you started on it, but we
yeah.
won't.
Don't. Yeah.
But he actually did a great job in Black Mass. I thought that was a well done movie.
Bandersnatch, Curdle Snoot, and it starts.
It's good. It's
And
a good
it
time every
starts.
time though.
That's right. It's
Um, I know, Third
100%
Eye
of the
Open, I
time.
agree. Every time.
It's right every time.
You did see Black Mass?
I saw just enough of Black Mass. I watched it to see Johnny Depp. I'll get a migraine, but I hung for about 10 minutes of it just to see how much he looked and sounded like Whitey.
He was such a badass in that movie. He was very quiet and reserved, but such a badass. I loved it. What was the name? Was it the Winter Hill Gang?
Yeah,
It just
the
came to
Winter
my
Hill
mind.
Gang.
Okay, that was it.
Yep.
Winter Hill.
Yeah, the Winter Hill Gang was what Whitey Bulger started before they literally became sort of the mob when he became a like the man. But his brother was a politician. It's a very, very weird case, man. The case of Whitey Bulger was really, really an odd case.
Didn't he die recently in real life?
He got murdered in they sent him to Hazleton, which is a US penitentiary, and it's an active penitentiary. What that means is if you're a rat or if you're a child toucher or something like that, going to this yard, you're dead. There are yards you could go to, but you can't go to an active one. So when they sent Whitey to an active yard, what he should have said was, you can't put me on this yard, I'm going to be dead. He wheeled himself out in the wheelchair knowing they were going to kill him. Like
He did?
He knew exactly what was going to happen to him.
And it happened? Did they kill him?
It happened within an hour. Within an hour of him hitting the yard, he was dead. And not pleasantly. Like the last 15 to 20 minutes of his life, I'm going to be much happier with however I leave.
Was it bad? Like you can't say it?
Well,
Like, did they beat him to death?
They cut his tongue out. Let's start with that while he was still alive. The rest of it you don't want to hear, but we can leave you with that one.
Wait, the prisoners did that?
The people that
with
killed him,
what?
Yeah, with a razor blade. You know,
oh,
I mean, everybody in there has razors. He was a rat. You know, I don't know if you know the case of Whitey, but Whitey worked with the FBI for a long time. And if you're a rat, that's something that they
Are you serious, Lumen? Tongue and eyeballs.
They did remove his eyeballs as well. There was some other really foul stuff done, but just to give you got the basic idea. The last 15 minutes of his life were unpleasant. But before you shed any tears for Whitey Bulger, he did things to women that
he did?
Yeah, absolutely.
To women? They didn't portray that in the movie at all.
Well, he had a girlfriend. He did bad things to her 15-year-old daughter, and when that sort of came out, he killed her, had her buried. Yeah, if you know the Whitey case, Whitey's a dirtbag. There was never anything about that cat that was anything other than scumbag, and that's from Jump Street, from the time that of the Winter Hill Gang. When he went to prison and signed up for they paid him $53 a month to be experimented on with LSD, and he did a lot of it. And they said it made him meaner. I don't think Whitey was particularly kind before that, but yeah, it's the message. He's shut up now. Exactly. No one's talking anymore. And it's one of those things that you say to the rest of the world. This is what happens to people that tell you, understand?
Tommy.
Jamie Palmer, in all honesty, that one's pretty much read a book called I Paint Houses. Read a book called I Paint Houses. It'll tell you everything you need to know. Yeah.
Or you could watch the movie based on that, which is the most recent one.
Movie, but I read the book. And they will tell you what happened.
The Irishman. The Irishman.
Yeah, that's what they call the movie.
Tommy, I did not know. I didn't know that, Shelley. I didn't know that Whitey was evil like that. Now I feel less sorry for him. But I didn't know that prisoners have no back off on like blood. Cutting something out like that would be, like I can't. Are some of them just hardcore like that? They don't care. Do they kill people that way sometimes? Like if you're a snitch, is that how they do it?
Yeah, they're going to cut your throat, but they're going to remove your tongue first. That is standard operating procedure. If the person
have you seen that happen?
I have seen a person.
You've seen that happen?
I mean, it happened in a unit that I was in. I wasn't standing there. I tried to be as far away from anything like that that's happening. But I was in California when they took out the shot caller at the USP there. And he died almost exactly the way Whitey Bulger died. The only difference is when they went into this dude, this part of him was separated and laying on a bed, and the rest of him was sitting in a chair.
Was he a snitch?
It was in my unit. Yeah, he was accused of doing some other crazy stuff, but yeah, part of it was that he had supposedly told. So they removed this and they left a couple of blades where his sunglasses would normally be. Yeah, he's a bad dude. Yeah, snitches get ditches. That's right, Lumen. That's usually what happens.
But that's a hardcore way to do it. That's how coyotes kill things. It's a super hardcore way to do
it. It's a super hardcore way to do it. But the idea, look, these people, again, these are not guys that they don't round them up at universities and churches. These are criminals. Says he was beaten for 7 minutes, but found 2 hours later. Yeah, the whole case, if you read it, is pretty jacked up. But the truth is, Here's what happened. Whitey Bulger messed with the prison system massively. He started out in Coleman, and every 2 weeks he was mailing his IDs to the street and selling them on eBay. And they know you're doing it, right? So when you lose your first ID, they give you another one. You go back and say, I lost it again. I lost it again. I lost it again. He's just mailing them to the street.
Why would you sell them? What's the point of that?
Because you get $300 or $400 put onto your books. He's a very famous person. Selling his ID on eBay was worth a lot of money, and he was using it as a way to generate income. He was also having a relationship with a nurse at the prison who was working in the in medical. So they found out, shipped him to another yard. He picked up a new nurse at the new yard.
I didn't know he was a sleazebag to women. That sucks.
Yeah, he's bad.
They did not portray him that way in the movie.
That's because if you don't like the character, I mean, you watch Goodfellas, you think Henry Hill's a good guy, right? Henry Hill was a dirtbag.
No, Henry Hill sucked.
Yeah,
he was terrible, and he was disrespectful to women. I didn't think he was a good guy.
Karen. Sorry.
I mean, I kind of liked him in the beginning. No, I didn't like him in the beginning. He was a dick on their first date. I mean, he was your definite D swinger. I'm not attracted to that. He was not like, you're the opposite of that, Tommy. You're very like, you don't need to show that stuff because it just exists and people know it.
That doesn't pay off either. You know what I mean? It just pisses off other people, right? You're way better off trying to fly as far under the radar as you possibly can. You know, I don't watch anything anymore. I wish I could, Don Gloves, but I don't watch anything anymore. It's
she won't stop. You started this. She won't stop.
Banana Patch, Crumple Bum. Well played. Good one, Cricket.
Cricket, I love your stamina.
Yes.
You just keep
Kristen
going.
Melinda, great observation. The rise of the anti-hero in films has given us some inaccurate portrayals viciously. Yeah. You guys saw Point Break, right?
Kristen, I like your new picture.
I did time with the bank robbers from Point Break. We were on the same yard. 2 of them. There was like 6, but 2 of them were on the yard with me. They didn't surf. They didn't jump out of airplanes. The only thing they did was carry a stopwatch, a pocket watch, and they made sure that everything they did was done in 60 seconds. But that was all that, and they wore president masks. Everything else they just made up. But they'll say at the bottom, based on a true story. And I said to him, you were financing. He was like, no, dude, we were doing drugs. We were robbing banks and doing dope. There was no jumping out of airplanes. I've never surfed a day in my life. Like they just, what's that?
I look like a boy tonight. It's the rain and it's making my hair look weird. I look like a man.
Well, that's
look like one of your cellies. Well, I'm trying to make it more girly, like give myself some hair.
You know what? If I had a celly that looked like that, we'd have had issues.
In a good way?
Yeah. Yeah, we'd have had issues in a good way.
Cute. Thank you, Jamie Palmer. Tommy, what was I going to say? I did not know that people got down like that in prison. I didn't realize it got. Aw, Kristen Melinda, you're so sweet. I didn't know inmates got that gross. Like, I get that they kill people, but I didn't know they do it.
Everything is done.
Thanks,
everything
Joe.
That is done in there is done on multiple levels, and one of the levels is always to make a point.
Well, yeah. So I was going to ask you something.
Yeah.
Is the worst thing that you can do being an inmate or coming into a prison, is the worst thing you can do be a snitch?
Kids would be the number one thing that you could do to screw up. Women would be the second thing that you could do to screw up. And the third would be being a snitch. Yeah, if you are a R word, if you're somebody that essays women, okay, you essay kids, you're the biggest dirtbag as far as the criminal system is concerned. No, you're the worst. If you do that to women, you're number 2. And then third would be rats, people that tell. That would be third.
This is
on
why.
On the hierarchy of scumbag. Yeah.
So this is why I'm being serious. And I come back to saying, get a crim. I'm serious. That is like that's an honor system there to me. Kids and women first. I like that. Tommy, I like that. You feel that way, don't you?
It doesn't bother me in the slightest.
The only thing I don't like, Tommy, is can we add animals to that? Can we just make it like a top 3?
You don't run into those people because they don't get prison sentences. They get county jail sentences. It doesn't carry enough time. But if you're cruel to an animal, forget about it. Guys will take care of it. Trust and believe it.
Really?
Every guy in there loves dogs. Everybody in there is an animal person, I promise. you will be in really deep trouble for abuse of an animal. I promise. There's no sense of humor about that in prison. I promise. You're basically on the same level as somebody that does something to a kid. If you are able to get over on the person, the reason that you do what you do is because you're bigger and stronger. You're not going to fare well in prison. If you use your size to hurt a kid, to hurt a woman, to hurt an elderly person, to hurt an animal, if you use your ability to be able to be stronger, you're going to pay for it in a really ugly and vicious way. They did catch the person who killed Whitey Bulger. He didn't even try to hide it. He didn't deny it or anything else. He was a hitman.
Was it just
anyway.
one guy?
One guy took credit for it. There's no way it was one guy. But one guy took the credit for it.
Can I ask you something else now that I just thought of something? The guy that did it, so like the guy that killed Dahmer or whatever, do guys kill people in prison, especially if they have like a life sentence or like 60 years or something crazy because they don't care?
Yeah, well, they get street credibility. And I realize that you're inside, but you get all kinds of credibility. The guy that kills Whitey Bulger, everywhere he goes for the rest of his prison sentence, will be treated like a king. Whitey ratted on the Italian mob. So wherever he goes, this is the guy that killed Whitey for the Italians. That's how the Italians will look at it. And all the other inmates and gangs will look at it like he got rid of the world's biggest snitch. He's going to be a hero for the rest of the time that he's in federal prison. I guarantee.
I get that. But what I'm saying is, are people more inclined to murder in prison if they have a life sentence? If they're like, I'm not going anywhere anyway? Like, what worse could you do to me kind of a thing?
Yeah, what are you going to do to me? Half of them will do it just to go see what ADX is like. Because if you murder...
What's ADX?
That's the Administrative Detention Center in Colorado. It's the supermax facility in the United States, the hardest prison on earth, they say. And there are guys, honestly, that will say, I wanted to check out ADX. So I murdered my cellmate, caught a 10-year piece over there. I went over, had a cell, a single cell with a radio for 10 years. I mean, with a TV rather. Because that's the only place in the BOP where you get a TV in your cell. Because you're in solitary confinement the entire time you're there. It's ugly. Tough time. Super tough.
Have you seen it?
ADX, I did time across I was in the same compound, but I was at the max, and that's the super max. So yes and no. I was on the same compound, but I was not, thank God, in ADX. I was at Florence Max. Not
so
Florence
ADX is like the most hardcore place you can go. Who would go there?
Let's see. The Unabomber is there. The guy that Khalid Sheikh Mohammed is there, right? Really high profile dirtbags, guys that El Chapo is there. People that they're worried about escaping, or people that they're worried about running an illegal enterprise from inside. At ADX, you get one phone call a month for 15 minutes. Makes it real hard to.
How many phone calls do you get in the prison you were in?
300 minutes a month. I can use them whenever I want. Right. Every call is 15 minutes if you talk as long as you can, but you get 300 minutes a month, except for November and December, where they give you an extra 150. So in November and December, you get 450 minutes a month.
Did you use them?
Every single one of them. Every time.
So you could go make a phone call every day if you wanted to.
As long as you don't use more than 10 minutes a day, right? Because if you use 10 minutes a day, that will take you to 300 minutes.
Right.
So guys that have a girl will call her for 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
sad. The Unabomber is dead, but that is where he did all of his time.
Tommy,
that's
sad. You were asking
me what kind of guy goes there.
If you were in prison, you would call me for 5 minutes in the morning and 5 at night, wouldn't you?
I would.
That would break my freaking heart. Let's not even go there.
Yeah.
You can you sell your minutes? Hey, Dylan, by the way, blow drill.
Now here's the deal. You can sell your minutes, but if you get caught selling your minutes, you're busted, right? And everybody gets caught. I've never seen anybody get away with it. So I had a significant other and I wanted to talk to her more. So the first thing I did when I got there was buy somebody's 300 minutes. I made one phone call with it. And at lunch, they came up. They're like, "You come here." Because they all day long, they sit and listen to this. They got nothing else to do. They got nothing else to do but to go and listen to the things that people are talking about. And, once they realize you're buying someone else's time, that got me. I lost 40 days of good time. I went to the hole for 2 weeks. So
not worth it.
Much. Not worth it.
Hi, little mink. I don't know about Franklin's question, but I highlighted it.
What about the mobsters that were informants like Sammy the Bull? I've seen him interviewed saying he got along well with guys in prison. Is that true, or do you know? Sammy the Bull was at the cheese factory, and I'm not busting Sammy's chops at all. I happen to be a Sammy the Bull fan. I really am. I like what the guy's doing with his life now that he's out. But same with the Bulls at the Cheese Factory. He was at FCI Phoenix. They call it Black Canyon, right? He was at Black Canyon, but he wasn't in a regular unit. He was in a unit that's surrounded by black mesh called the Cheese Factory. They also have TVs in their cell. And it didn't say Salvatore Gravano on his name tag. It probably said Tim Smith, right? Everybody in the Cheese Factory is being protected. They never leave that unit. And I'm sure everybody in there was super nice to him because they're all under the exact same situation. These were other super high profile rats. And I bet they all got along great. But
I hate Michael Vick, Pink Ladybug. I hate Michael Vick.
Michael
so
Vick.
much.
Here's the problem with Michael Vick. And I'm not trying to step on anybody's you know what, but Michael Vick isn't a white guy. So I can't tell you, they run a very different car than we do. They do. And celebrity plays a big card in that car.
Yeah, that's what I thought more.
I don't think R. Kelly's doing bad time. I don't think R. Kelly's doing bad time. Celebrity goes a long way in certain, like it's not going to do anything for Danny Masterson because the white boys don't give a crap. They don't. But other cars, there was a lot of black rappers in the BOP, right? In the Bureau of Prisons, there were a lot of really famous black rappers who every one of them cut a deal and everybody knew it and they don't care.
I don't know who El Chapo is.
He ran a cartel, he ran one of the families in Mexico, one of the big cartels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Sinaloa cartel, one of the biggest ones.
Joe Virus, I'll let Tommy answer this, but my answer to that is I think he enjoys talking about this stuff as long as it's on his terms, right? Like I don't like when Tommy calls me and says I'm going to go on the show because they're asking for a criminal and they want to ask all the questions about the showers. I feel like that's using Tommy. Now he doesn't mind doing it. It's more me. I get upset and protective of him. But I would say like a conversation like this is fun to have, right? Because you're educating me on things and you're talking about it because you want to.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem talking about prison at all. I really don't. It's I spent a lot of time there and I know it's a subject that people are super interested in. I don't have a problem with it. What I can't stand is when I go on a show and I do my part and what the takeaway is that I robbed a crap load of banks and I stole tons of money, right? That's a bummer for me because the takeaway should be that every day I try to help people get sober.
You do help people get sober.
Yeah, I go on Surviving the Survivor because Joel gets what I'm doing, but I don't go on.
And he's a good friend.
He's a good
friend. Yeah, that's different. And see, that's what I don't like too, is the painting the picture that Tommy is just this hardened criminal and we're going to use him to answer questions. I don't like that. But I
need a card.
No,
he did get beat up. R. Kelly got beat up. I love Joe
Virus. He wanted to make sure you weren't being pushed into this.
No,
I think Tommy and I could talk about anything though. Like we can go deep. Tommy could ask me like really sensitive questions about Scientology and it wouldn't bother me.
And I think it's one of the reasons that we can do what we do is because it's just different prisons. I mean, that really is all it is. I need a card just real quickly. R. Kelly got beat up. This already happened. He got attacked by somebody. And this is somebody that just wants to make a name for themselves. And he's gonna deal with this a lot. No matter how much the fellas all go, oh, you're a star. Just takes one guy that goes, I'm gonna go punch him as hard as I can so I can say I hit R. Kelly.
I don't even know who R. Kelly is.
R. Kelly was a R&B artist that had a lot of hits in the 90s and got kind of famous for where he decided to use the restroom all over some 15-year-old girl. He's a bad guy.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean use the restroom?
He likes
like
peeing
a public
on young
bathroom?
Girls. He likes peeing on young girls. And it's kind of what he got famous for. There was a couple of videos of that got out. And now he's
saying that song?
The rest of his, and now he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. 38 years or some such in the feds. And then he's got a state rip he's got to go do, but he's done.
Good.
He's done. Yeah.
Good. Wow. I hope he's getting beat up then.
Yeah, he married Aaliyah when she was like 16 and he was like 30. Yeah, he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. Very fond of young women. And you know what? That doesn't fly anymore. The stuff that people used to get away with, you're not getting away with it anymore, right? We're seeing this. This is a different time. Diddy's the next one, right? Diddy's going to go down, same kind of thing. I think
Why do
people
they
are
have to
tired of
be so
watching people.
creepy? Why can't you just have normal sex with consensual and adults and
You want my theory? Huh? Honestly, from a guy that's lived a fairly weird life a few times, you want my theory? What happens is these guys get $25,000 in their pocket at all times, and they got 5 credit cards that have no limits, and they've got a Ferrari and a Lamborghini, and they've got homes in 6 places, and they just keep upping the bar for what they do to get dopamine. And in the beginning, it was the hottest chick you could possibly sleep with, right? And then she had to start becoming a little bit younger because you're getting a little bit older. And then that didn't do it. So you needed 2,
so is it
women
like a
each time.
porn addiction where you
It's
like
like
it
any
just
other
you keep
addiction.
getting
It's like,
desensitized and like you need more
absolutely.
and it gets creepier and weirder? Um,
Absolutely. And then his kids who watch him do this, right? His kids who grow up watching him do this to whoever he wants, uh, they start to believe that they're entitled to do this to any human being they want. That everybody on planet Earth is here just to be a at
and I
their
hate
beck
to
and
say
call.
this, but isn't this mainly the majority men?
It's all men. I mean, no, this is a man thing. It
Hey,
absolutely is a
Lacey.
man thing. Um, don't think that there aren't women out there that are throwing power around and
That's what
getting
I'm
what they
saying.
want,
No, I know, I
but it
know.
is primarily a
That's what I'm
guy thing, to be
saying.
sure.
It's definitely there's a percentage of women, I know, but like it's majority men. And that
No question.
Tommy, that really gives me the creeps. It makes me like yeah, it's about power, Monica. I don't
When
know.
you
It
give
makes me
somebody,
uncomfortable around men.
well, it's not all men. I mean, it isn't
I
all
know it's
men.
not, but that's one of the reasons when I'm around you, I'm like holding on to you. There's
Yeah.
something it does for me in my mind. I click and I'm like cling to Tommy because I feel safe. I don't feel safe around a lot of men, so it's very meaningful to me to go. Okay, I'm safe with this one. Like it's a weird thing that goes through women's minds. I can't speak for all women, but when I'm around men, I get creeped out. You can see them doing it with their eyes sometimes. You can watch men watch you and
Yeah.
it can give you the creeps, man. Like,
No, I
what's
can see
going
that.
through your mind right now? Because your eyes are creeping me out.
Absolutely. And I know
Well,
what
I
you're
mean, what
talking
about the
about
guys that
too.
have come up and grabbed me?
Yeah.
I've had guys come up and grab me. Like, the fact that you think that's okay really creeps me out what you would do behind closed doors. Like, thank God there's people in the room right now. It's a whole thing. I don't know.
It
And
is.
maybe I'm overly sensitive. I don't know, but men give
No,
me
I
the
don't.
creeps.
I
That's
don't
why
think.
I won't
I
have a
don't think
male
you're.
doctor. I don't like being touched by men. I won't have a pedicure by a man, a massage, nothing. I don't like being touched by them. They creep me out.
Yeah. Um, Trust those instincts. I would tell that to everybody. Trust those
Well, that's
instincts.
what look at
If you feel
Teresa.
you're yes, agreed, Teresa. If you start feeling that way, there's a reason you're feeling that way. Get the hell out of there. And then realize that, you know what? If that person makes you feel like that on Monday, they're going to make you feel like that on Friday. Right? Just get them
Yeah.
out of your life. Um, yeah. Yeah.
I always trust my gut, guys. I'm just saying I've had enough creepy ass interactions. And funnily enough, not many of them were in Scientology. It was in just the outside world.
Good
But
question, Gretchen.
culty situations. Yeah. What?
That's a great question. How are how do people? Tommy, I'm wondering how it is looked upon when notorious inmates doing interviews and getting publicity, like Son of Sam, Charles Manson, Dahmer, et cetera, et cetera. I don't have a point of reference on this, and the reason that I don't have a point of reference on this is they make it really hard to do an interview with anybody if you're in the feds. It is almost impossible. So we never saw this. Now, I've been in a
True,
unit.
Monica.
I've been in a unit with a guy when the TV was doing a special on the guy that's in the unit, right? And usually, people get weird, right? If there's a 60-minute special on a guy and that guy's in the unit, that they'll probably move him because watching him on TV is going to make at least somebody in there want to hurt him. But yeah, so that's usually how that works out.
Michelle, that makes me sad, but I understand. I totally understand that. Um, Yeah, I mean, that's happened true too, Mary, but I mean, it's way more than that. Actually, that one doesn't even really count for me because that wasn't sexual. I can take being smacked around. That's different for me, honestly. A man coming up and grabbing you, putting his lips on your ears, that's happened to me so many times, like to say something. That kind of stuff is unforgettable and gives you like in Scientology, there's a I can't think of another term to say this. I did this to Tommy the other day. That makes for me, it puts me into an A equals A equals A equals A state, which means in Scientology, we use that term all the time to say, well, you're just A equals Aing it. Don't A equals A it. You're just going to A equals A it. Don't do that. That means like this guy touched me weird, which means this guy's bad, which must mean this guy's bad, which means don't trust men. Don't trust all men. That's A equals Aing it. Like you had one situation and you're taking the whole thing and you're putting it on the chain of events.
But that's
Um,
not the case with you. The truth of the matter is this has happened to you multiple times. This is not something that happened once that you're putting on there. This is something that you've been exposed to a lot. Now, with all due respect to any parties involved, sorry, not sorry, it's got a lot more to do with where you are. Seriously, because I promise you, the first time somebody did that to my wife, I'd break their fingers and then it would never happen again. And everybody else would get the freaking memo. You know what I mean? The reason that this happens, I'm sorry, I hate to sound toxically masculine, but if there's a man in your life and he let it happen, it's going to continue to happen. Shouldn't be the case. But my understanding is this are people who knew you, right?
oh
So
yeah, these were
so
people
you're
who knew
set
me.
up for this, sadly, by somebody that shouldn't have let that happen. That
That's true,
sucks.
and I don't find that toxically masculine. These were older men, way older men, Pink Ladybug, most of them were all older men. That's true too. Generalization, I guess, would be the non-Scientology term, generalizing. But Tommy, I may have what do you call this unpopular opinion here? Like people may not like me for that, but I do believe that that is the job of a man when you're in a relationship. I mean, you should be the protector. I don't want to be equal to you. I know there's women out there that are like, we should be equals. I don't want to be equal to you when it comes to that. I want to know that you've got my back, that I don't need to worry about that physically. I can't physically fight. I can't take care of myself. I want to make sure there is a dude there that's like, hey, yeah, no, you can't do that. And if you do that, you're going to suffer the consequences of what you just did, you know?
Yeah. It is a situation, I'm sorry, that um again, I'm not trying to throw anybody under a bus here, but if if I take you to a party and a guy I've known 10 years goes up and grabs your ass and I do nothing about it, every single dude at that party thinks it's cool. For real. It just
Well,
I
and
have
doesn't
basically
think you're going to
said,
be a threat. They're not
I'm
worried about
okay with it.
you.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with it. Right. It's all right. I'm cool with that. It's not something that anybody should be cool with. It's not something that you should never have to be protected. But I'll tell you what, I'd be really stoked to do it.
Thank you, Joey Girl and Moon Shadow. And Gretchen, I'm so sorry. In my training as a psychologist, I experienced sexual harassment, made me feel unsafe. Yeah. Tommy, that's one thing I think you can, yeah, dangerous journeyman. Men should be protectors. Anybody who doesn't feel that way, I'm sorry. I'm all for women's rights. I've never felt like I didn't really have rights, but that's probably because I came from a place that we didn't really have them and I didn't realize it. And I seemed to skate right through it. Um, but I definitely feel there's a place for men that women just don't. I don't know. I feel safer around you and I feel like that's your title. I don't want to hold that title. I want to know that like Tommy's here, I'm good. I don't want to have to freaking fend for myself.
And people may
Um
not believe this, but this very, very seriously goes in both directions. It absolutely does.
yeah.
If you don't think that guys will have women that come up and say inappropriate things or grab you or do things that are super inappropriate, and that's one of those situations where I really would hope that the girl that I was with in my life would walk over and go, "What the hell did you just do to my husband?" Because I swear to God, that doesn't fly, right?
I would do
Honestly,
that, but I'm not breaking freaking fingers. I'm not
no, you don't
getting
have to,
physical in any way. That's what I mean. Like guys will get physical over that stuff. And I think there's a
and I
place
will.
and a time for that. Yeah, I think they should if it's
Yeah.
warranted. I think that
99 out of 100 times, what's going to happen really quickly is that idiot is going to go, I'm never going to do this again. I promise. I'm sorry. I mean, it normally isn't going to come to fisticuffs. If someone walks over and goes, "Hey, what is wrong with you?" You know,
yeah, 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 yeah. And I don't have a problem going over and saying, "Hey, Either we're married or that's totally inappropriate. I said about the cruise. I told you that about the cruise. You and I aren't even a thing. And nor is Alan, I'm not Alan Valentine's woman either. But if I see him, Spanx, you, any man, where I see a woman being inappropriate, grabbing, groping, being drunk, stupid, I will absolutely say something. That doesn't fly either gender. I don't think anybody should have the right to go put hands on anybody or be inappropriate. Don't even get me fired up on that. I would never allow that in my space. It's not cool for men to have to endure that just because they're men. That's ridiculous. Shouldn't be allowed.
No, I
I
agree with
hate
you.
it. I hate it. It makes
Monogamy
I've
Tourette's before we're done. Yeah, I'll pull it off for you.
don't
Go
worry,
ahead,
he'll do
Cobra.
it. Yeah, that's not I really have a thing about women who feel entitled because they have huge, cleavage and boobs hanging out and they're attractive. So I can go over and hang on this man, whether he's married, not married. I've seen men be so uncomfortable on their faces
Mark
when that
Hardman would like
happens.
to be omitted from that rule. So everybody pay attention. Mark Hardman is not on that list. Mark would like to
Mark is on the hunt, so please feel free to go hang all over Mark Hardman. He is so cute, by the way. I love Mark Hardman. Okay, well, everyone except Mark, yeah, not gonna fly. I would not let that happen to anybody. Yeah.
I'm always afraid to hug people, Mary.
I know have to Alan Valentine is safe. We don't need to worry about Alan. And no one needs to worry about Tommy because I got him covered too. So looks like Mark is up for grabs though, literally. No pun intended. Yeah. Consent goes both ways.
No question.
And people need to be reminded of boundaries. And I
Yep.
cannot tell you how many times somebody has come up and grabbed my ass cheek. And I just think, and I always freeze. And you would think someone like me who's pretty loudmouth would be like, get sure. But every time I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I really freak out. It freaks me the hell out when people do that. And every time it happens, I think, I wish I had done this. I wish I had said this. I wish I had, but I never do.
That's when you snap for your dude. That's what happens.
Well, really, the dude shouldn't be very far away.
No, and you just snap. He comes over and goes, "Is there a problem? That dude just touched my ass." Okay, we'll take care of it. I got this.
Can I do a different signal? I don't like snapping. It really bothers me when people snap at people. It's so shitty and rude.
Text me. I'll walk over from
text you. Well, I shouldn't
talking.
be that far away from you. Can I do what they did in Huxley's school when he was in kindergarten? The teachers and the principal, when they would have an assembly and the kids were too loud, they would do Quiet Coyote.
The Quiet Coyote.
That's what that means. Quiet Coyote. It means quiet. Get quiet. Can I do something like that?
I think I'd probably be getting loud, not quiet. But yeah, we'll work out a signal.
All I'm saying is nothing makes me more sick than when like someone like a server, a bartender, anybody, I don't care where you're at, but this.
Yeah.
I don't even do that to my dogs. No, that is not how you get my attention. Rain just says I give Joe a death stare.
There you go. As long as you got it worked out ahead of time, we're good.
Oh, hold up 3 fingers like the Hunger Games. Does that work?
Yes, that works. I could roll with that. GeoPlanet Jane, you're 100% correct. Florence does have the worst spies for our country as well. They are all locked up at ADX Florence. Yeah.
Wow. I've never been with a dude that cared like that.
Really?
Kind of like the German 3 too. We need to come up with something so Tommy can volunteer as tribute, and he would.
Oh yeah.
I kind of like the Quiet Coyote.
Okay. I'll just look for hand signals of any kind.
Really, Tommy? I don't see you being very far away, honestly.
Probably not.
Pull your ear. Isn't that like what umpires do or something in baseball?
That was a thing with I think Mary Tyler Moore, wasn't it? Mary Tyler Moore used to do that when she was doing her monologue to tell her kids good night or something like that. I don't remember what it was.
Actually, are you sure? I could see that. Snaps are my children's last chance notice.
Yeah.
Works every time. I could see that. Actually. There is a time and a place. Oh,
Yeah, Carol Burnett.
SMSP.
There you go. Carol Burnett. That's the one.
That's okay. I'm glad you enjoyed it, SMSP. Yeah.
It was a signal to her grandmother.
Oh,
Okay, thank you, Chow Young Spot.
that works too, Rain. That's a very universal. Tommy knows that signal.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
throw out the
The
Lucy
Lucy
Busey.
Busey. Yeah.
I got this. Don't trip.
Yeah. Yeah. Something tells me I think it would be just fine, but we don't need to worry about that. I don't think that will ever happen, to be honest.
Yeah, you're probably
Yeah.
safe. I think so. I think
Mhm.
you're right.
Mhm.
A lot of it just has to do with who you're with. I honestly believe that. Seriously, you think Mike Tyson's wife gets it on? It's a fairly safe bet. No one's grabbing Mike's wife's ass, right? Pretty safe bet. You only got to crack somebody's head once or twice, and they get the memo.
Well, what does he say? Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
That's right. The plan
Brittany,
goes out the window.
I feel like I haven't seen you for a minute, Brittany. I can hold my own, and do and have, but I've always wanted someone who would stand up for me just because I can and will doesn't mean I need to protect. Exactly. It's not I just don't want to offend any women by saying that. But to me, it's not a toxic masculinity thing. It's just, get your own crim and see how things go. And
There you go. Give it a try. You might like it.
Yeah, definitely doubled quiet coyote.
The emergency hand signal. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's the hit this guy with a bat symbol right there. It's all bad.
Yeah. Tommy, do you want to do some practice, a round of Tourette's, and then I feel like we
Sure.
should let you go to bed. You've had a long day.
Yeah, I've been busy.
Yeah, same. I didn't really love it today. I think I have a headache. Do you think that's from the rain? We've had so much rain.
Could be. It could be. Or it could just be that you're still have a bit of a hangover from your sickness.
You know what's weird is I had the scoots and now I
Uh-huh.
haven't pooped in like 3 days.
I don't want to share this with the entire world, but I was struggling a little today with the scoots myself.
You had the scoots today?
Yeah, I blame you.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's actually I would blame your damn brother
Yes.
because I think I got it from him. No, but I'm saying I haven't pooped in 3 days. That could be why I have a headache. I can't get it to
Yeah.
come out.
Yeah, no, that's an
I've used
issue.
the squatty potty, like I feel bloated, but it won't come out.
I'll give your shy colon a phone call later. Have words
Why
with her.
does it feel like there'd
Worked
be
the
a
last
man
time.
overboard if the quiet coyote appears?
There's a chance.
That's probably true. I
Uh-huh.
know I am. Armine, I feel really mopey.
Yeah.
I miss
Fun.
Tommy. I really do. We did have fun.
Reese, I want to train my crim. Is there a book you can recommend? Hey,
Crims
Jilbo,
are
good to see you. Blonde hair. I'm
Jilbo.
glad you're here. Blonde hair. Good to see you.
I love blonde hair. I'm trying to goosebump. It is a thing. Crims can be easily trained, especially if you're kind to them.
That's right.
All they really want is love. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
I mean, they just want
Mhm.
love and respect. And yeah, the squatty potty, I highly recommend. That thing works wonders. I was in my hotel room in Tucson, and every time I'm in a hotel room, I grab the trash can in the bathroom and I flip it on its side and I put my feet on that because it's about the right height. So yes, I love the squatty potty.
I have used other devices as well to simulate a squatty potty.
It works really well. Hey, Phoenix Rising. Anyway, Tommy, what was I? Oh, getting a crim. I recommend it. Crims are the most respectful, wonderful people. I love them. To Armine, I even said that during my Lady Co live. I woke up this morning feeling really off and I was like, oh God, I don't want to do this today. You could tell I just didn't have the energy this morning. It was not me.
That's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
Monica. It was unfortunate. I think I'm still off from my trip. And Tommy, I didn't go to bed till 4 in the morning that night.
Oh my God, that's
And
just
I think I'm
wrong.
still not caught up. I'm just
Do you know
not
what's
caught up.
really crazy? I don't know if we've talked about this live, but so Quibble had all kinds of problems with the airlines. Everything was delayed. It was like 2 or 3 hours or something. It was a long delay.
Mhm.
So I didn't want to dump her at the airport for hours just sitting around doing nothing. So I hung out for a little while before I left. Then I dropped Quibble off and I made it home before her plane took off. Or if I didn't beat you home, but I was like, you
No,
were
you
taking
did.
off as
You did. I was still
it was
sitting on the
really,
runway when you got home.
yeah. If I didn't beat you home, it was really close, but it
And
was
then you started
incredible how long it took.
panicking because it was a 2-hour drive home for Tommy, you guys. Then he starts panicking because he starts thinking your plane's not going to take off. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it may not. And he was like, well, I'm coming back. I was like, no, you're not. It was late. That's Tommy for you though. It makes me want to cry. That's Tommy. And you would have come back. I know you would have.
Yeah,
And
I pulled over and was like, I was bumming. And then when you said, you know what, they just closed the door, I got back on. I was like, all right, we'll give it a try.
I really did start to panic though. I thought, oh my God, I did not want to have to sleep in a chair in the airport all night hugging my bags.
No,
So,
that was frightening, frightening
bye,
me
Joe
too.
Virus. Yeah, it was really scary,
Have
but
fun, Joe.
that's Tommy for you guys. He is the best friend I've ever had. Truly. Never experienced
Aw,
anyone. Oh,
thank
I'm
you.
being full on serious. I was thinking about it and then we can sign off, but I was thinking about something today because I've been kind of mopey and missing you.
Hmm.
I agree, Joe Virus. Oh, I know. Jamie Palmer, you don't even know, guys. You don't even know. Like I got to experience you guys know this is only the second time I've seen Tommy in person. As well as I know
Right?
him. We never get to see each other.
It's crazy.
So, it is crazy, but I just have to say he is different in person. Uh, Barb, he's different in person. I was thinking about it today and I was talking about it in therapy and there's just all these crazy little things. I love that. Yes. Do you guys all have any idea? Like, I don't want to make you embarrassed here, Tommy, but do you guys like have any idea how lucky we are to even I said that on the Surviving the Survivor. I said I truly love Tommy Scoville, and I said I'm honored to even know him. I I know, Jamie. Yeah, you do. Yeah, we all need a Tommy.
Thank you.
I have to
So
say
appreciate it.
though, I'm trying to say something, and I can't quite put it into words. And I'm going to talk about it on my live by myself tomorrow. But I won't forget Miss Sunrise Dawn. You guys have no idea. I have had a lot of men in my life, and I talked about that. When I finished using drugs, I used men to validate me, and not just sex. Like Tommy and I don't have sex. Like I had men in my life, like Tommy, that I would kind of use, or like whatever, to kind of keep me feeling a certain way. I have never had somebody so genuine in my life, and I talk about Fred a lot. Tommy has a lot of Fred attributes. But there are many things about Tommy that even Fred didn't reach that high of a status. Like there are so many things I was thinking about on this trip in particular. And it just makes me so emotional. Like I've never had a friend that took such good care of me mentally, like emotionally, physically. I was sick. He was all over that. He was super concerned. He was doing like everything. I was like, he would come over to my hotel and I was like, what? You heard me. He kind of, I think this is normal, but he acted like it wasn't. I was like, I'm hot. I'm cold. So Tommy was I would just be like 1 second, I was like this. I was like, "It's freezing in here." And then I was like, "Tommy, it's stifling in here." And he would like didn't miss a beat, you guys. Tommy is like a road runner. He was like zigzagging all over the room. I was like, "I'm thirsty." Like, he was
It was a
making me
little pathetic for a
electrolytes.
few minutes.
Shut up. Shut up, Richard.
Shut up, Richard.
I But I'm not kidding. Like he was running to the thermostat and like taking it down and then he was kicking it back up and like making me something to drink and he was like, "Let's get you something to eat." And I'm just I've used a lot of men. I've been with a lot of men. I've been married 3 times. I have never experienced that. Never. Never. And I can say that with 100% certainty. I'm not even like Fred wasn't like that. Now Fred was old. He's not going to zigzag around the room, right? But I mean, all I'm trying to say is I've never met anybody, male or female, Tommy, that was such a caregiver, that was so like attentive. I just love you. I want to tell you that. I
Oh,
mean that.
thanks,
You
Quibble.
are above and beyond, and you
Thank you. That's
better
such a kind thing to say. It
stick
really is.
around for a long time.
Not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. I like it here. I'm pretty fond of you. And you know what? You'd have done the same thing. I guarantee you. In
Of
fact,
course I would, but that's
you're
how
always
I
trying to do
am.
that anyway.
I did that to your damn brother. I did that to
It's true.
Spanx. Spanx was like, and I was like, "What's going
Bye,
on? Do you have a
Marie.
fever?" I was like, "What's wrong? Does he have a fever, Tommy?" I was like, "He's not feeling good." Your brother, I think, was like, "Whoa, get this girl out of here!"
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I was like, Johnny, I was like, "Let's get you some fluids. Let's." I was like, "Sit back, let me." And he was like, "Touch my head to have a fever." Like I am. Fred
Yeah.
called me mother hen. He was like, "Okay, mother hen. Okay." Yeah, so of course I would do that for you, but I am a Cancer sign through and through. I'm very motherly. I'm very maternal like that. But I've never experienced it with a man. Of course, I'm going to do it, right? But I'm
Yeah, that's a prison hangover too. You know what I mean? Like I think every guy probably goes to prison and thinks about every time they had an opportunity to do something and didn't. You know what I mean? Like it would have been a pain in the ass to get up and help this person, and then you get separated from right any female contact for about 13 years. And honestly, you sit in a cell and you think about things like it would be awesome, right, to have a friend that you could do for someone of the opposite sex. It just doesn't. It's not. You get something taken away from you. It gives you a slightly different appreciation for it after you get out. It's my humble opinion.
you can say all the things you want to say, Tommy, but honestly, I think you were just born a little bit of an angel. You're just everything without the wings. You're everything but the wings.
Oh well, that's a great thing to say. Thank you.
I don't think it's a prison thing. I don't think it's any of that. I think it's a Tommy thing. I think it's a you thing. And I think it's seriously angelic. Like I was watching you walk around, run around with your little halo because I was like, I've never experienced this. And then I started to feel better. And you guys, as you know, Tommy, as he knows, what's your number one thing when he's around me? He's like, let's get you something to eat. So he walked me out. I was like, remember I got out of the hotel for the first time in a couple of days and I was like, but I managed to wolf down some chips and salsa. If you recall, I was wasting away at that point. I mean, I was getting pretty thin. So yeah, but we got me some chips and salsa. And I remember I had an enchilada from
Yeah,
Marcos, our server Marcos.
yeah. Because the
And
red one I had in my pocket for 2 days wasn't getting it done
it
anymore.
was going bad. Yeah, it
It's
was
starting
going
to get
bad.
bad. You don't want to carry an enchilada for more than a couple of days.
No, and especially because I already had the scoots. I didn't trust that
Us,
thing. Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
or
but yeah,
otherwise.
yeah. So guys, I really want to say that. And I know you're being humble and silly, and it's not a prison thing, it's a you thing.
Oh, thank
So
you. That's a very kind
um,
thing to say.
but he is the most angelic crim. That may be the name of our book.
Angelic Crim.
Our
There
little
you go.
angelic crim. Yeah.
Oh, blonde
Oh,
hair.
blonde hair. That's
How cool is that?
amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. Damn, girl, you don't look like a grandma. Is that your picture
Oh,
or
what the heck is that? Wait a
pretty, pretty,
second.
pretty babe status?
Gilf?
Okay, Tommy, that's
Come on. What? Was it me? Too soon?
yeah, it was you. After that whole conversation,
Yeah, that's Tommy.
you killed it. You killed my
Just when I thought you couldn't. Yeah.
you killed my sale. Isn't that what he says? What was it in
Yeah.
Tommy Boy? Now I feel like I got the word
My pretty
wrong.
little. No, you did it right. You killed my pretty little sail.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the dude's like,
You're
"Get out.
naughty. You're a naughty
You're
sail.
naughty."
He absolutely loses his shit. It's one of my favorite scenes ever.
Is he the
Absolutely
cutest
one of them.
thing, Miss Sunrise Dawn? I know. I know. That's what I mean, guys. I'm not just saying that. I don't kiss people's asses. Like how I mean, we're just like I feel very lucky to know him.
Aw,
It's all makeup and extensions, Reese, smoke and mirrors. Well, you know what, girl? If you
you're
still
doing a
got
hell of a
it,
job.
who
You're doing a hell of
cares?
a job. That's right.
Who cares? Do it. Get it.
Whatever works.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll
Tommy's
be getting with
tired.
duct tape. Duct
I'm
tape
gonna
and
have
wire
you
at this point.
I would tuck you in if I were there, but I'm gonna have you go to bed. But Miss Sunrise Dawn does want.
All right, bring it. Load it up. Let's go.
You know what that made me think of? New Year's
What's that?
Eve when Blake Reed made that comment about hugging, and you went, "Come on,"
Yeah, bring it in.
and I was crazy in love. Um. Okay, you ready?
I am.
Okay. Are you gonna do what kind of approach are you doing tonight?
I don't know. It depends on what I have to work with here. So let's see what we're working with.
Okay. All right. Ready?
Well, that's not how you do it. Come on, we have a
No, I'm about to say start. We're gonna do
okay,
it
good. All
Scientology style.
right, good,
That's
good,
how you
good.
do it. You say ready. Okay. Start. Hi, I'm looking for the
I'm with the
organic
woman in the
kale.
pink sweater. Thank you.
Can you point me in the
4
direction
steps
of
back. I'm with the woman in the pink sweater. Thank you.
personal space?
Yeah, I'll call you over. This one.
Quiet coyote me. No, it's not this. It's this. You have to make the coyote's face.
I can't do a coyote's
Yes,
face.
you can. Put your middle fingers down. Put your middle fingers down.
Oh,
Put
both
your
of
middle
them.
fingers. There we go. And that's the coyote's
is-
nose. And that's his ears.
I have a lot of coyotes in my backyard. They don't look anything like this. I'm just
That's
saying.
enough. The children. It's for the children. They liked it.
Gotcha. I got you.
And it worked every time. It was weird. The principal would just go, and everybody
So
would
it's
shut the
probably
hell up.
more that ugly look of the principal, right?
Probably. And she'd go, quiet coyote. Quiet
Oh, it's a
coyote.
woman. Oh, female
Mhm.
principal. So
Yeah.
I'm scared.
She was hardcore.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that enough or do we need one more, Miss Sunrise Dawn?
You do look a little like you're throwing up gang signs.
Well, I'm not. But if I were, it'd be a lot cooler if I did.
Squirrel, lay back down. What are you doing?
Okay, one last time.
Okay.
Oh yeah, when did he scare me out of my chair? I remember that. Oh yeah, that was in person. When you went that way and it freaked me out. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Blue hat.
Purple hat. That's right.
Purple hat. It was a blue hat.
Yeah. Okay, one last time. I'm going to ask about the organic kale again because you didn't let me finish. Okay, ready?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Miss Sunrise Dawn said, yes, one more. We're getting tired, guys. You can tell. Start.
A little punchy.
I'm looking for the organic produce. Can you point me where the pineapple is? I heard pineapple's good for,
I'm with the woman in the pink sweater. I'm going to have to ask you to step outside or I'm going to hit you in the larynx.
Okay.
Well, look, here's the thing. What you all have to know is that Quibble already seriously has a problem with anyone whose voice modulates in such a way that it could be described as even tangentially Kardashian.
Yeah, a lot of women do that shit and I hate it. I am so happy for you, Grouchy Mama Bear, buying a poop stool. Good for you, girl.
Is there a poop stool or is this a
Squatty potty? Yeah, Chris and Melinda.
So much better.
You guys know who I'm talking about. You've seen it. It's not just Kim Kardashian. I've seen women talk to Tommy that way. They go, "Oh my god, Tommy." And they do the hair. And they go, "Hi, Tommy. Oh my god, you're in prison.
Pink
I got a prison for you right here that you can unlock the door to." It's not going to happen. Not on my watch or his watch, and he's got quite a few. And I've seen them all.
Smart. Cricket's pretty smart.
Oh,
I thought
smart.
Poop is stool. There you go.
Poop scoop. Yeah, but you guys don't. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That voice, and they always do it. They don't do it to other women as much. Oh, they twirl their hair, Yadira, but I love it. They go, "Oh my god, Tommy," and I'm like, I'm gonna rip your lungs out.
I have met one or two of them actually.
Oh, I know you have. Yep. I've seen them and I've heard them. And it's not going to fly.
One might be on film.
Yeah. Yeah. One or two.
Was it me? No, it wasn't you.
It was you, Scottsdale Nancy, with your peanut butter cups.
No, you have a great voice, Scottsdale Nancy.
It was nobody at that table. No way.
Do we need to throw hands? Shelly Kelly's got your back.
Yeah. Step away from my crim. Get the hell away from my crim and get your own. Get your own crim.
Lisa Black, a grandma with 11 children and one more on the way. Holy
Wow, good
mackerel.
for you, girl. That's a lot. Chayone's
I have a
butt.
girlfriend and I like her. I have no
I'm
money.
not wearing a ring, but I'm married.
Yes, I have no money.
Forgot about. I'm poor,
married.
but I have a girlfriend.
Yes, I have no money.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Yeah.
I have a girl.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, Cinderella's glass slipper. Glad we did it for you guys. We're always here to entertain. We may or may not do one tomorrow. That'll be up to Tommy. I don't know what his day's like, but we will be on this weekend. We'll do stuff this weekend. We'll be scattered about.
I love doing the Relate About.
I do
I
too.
really do.
I love talking to you. I love seeing our people. There's 330 of you guys in here right now. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to be, unless you want to just be a creepin'. That's cute. She's
What a
really
big kitty.
content. I know, she's so cute.
Yeah,
All right,
she's very
guys.
happy I'm home. She's very happy I'm home.
Yeah, I
She's been
bet she
chilling pretty
is.
toughly.
I bet. Okay, so I will see everybody tomorrow on my channel. We'll see about Tommy tomorrow. I don't know.
I'll be there.
That's up to him. Oh, all
I'll
right.
be there.
Well, look
You
at
will
that.
see me.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to shut the computer, so I'll be here.
Okay. I'm going to hit end and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you all. Good night, guys.
Thank you much.